Yeah. Yeah. It messed you up. No, I heard you on the podcast. Yeah. I guess I'm just hearing myself. I can hear you fine.
Let me just. I'm alive. Now it shows. That's some bullshit.
Remember to switch over the screen.
I will. I will. I just wanted to check to make sure everything was good. Look, see, I'm alive now. The fuck?
No, it's a zombie. It's last day of Thanksgiving, so it's just like not a
Oh
live zombie.
yes. I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. So fantastic because honestly, I had a great one.
Okay.
So
Mine
you,
was pretty good.
I was about to say. So do you know? Do you ever get? Maybe it's just me. No, I'm just gonna talk about
Mm.
this for a little bit. Do you ever
Yeah.
get to a point where you're like, during the holidays, you're like, this is this is absolutely amazing. I'm having a great time with my friends and family. I don't want to go back to work. Maybe I shouldn't go back to
Oh,
work. Maybe I should
you're
just
you're
quit.
asking the
That kind of.
wrong person.
No, I'm literally like, do you ever get that mental process? Especially when you work retail and stuff, you're in the holidays with your friends and family, and then you're like, this is how it should be forever. Fuck work. Because that's how I've been
And
feeling.
you were asking the wrong person to just say fuck work.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Still,
You
though,
were asking the wrong person.
I mean,
Um,
I'm just saying, fuck
no,
work.
actually, no, for Thanksgiving, no. Like even though we've talked about it like in previous podcasts about like how shitty World Market was.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday was we always Thanksgiving was a holiday off, so it was like one of the two holidays that like the company was closed for. Um, and Black Friday was never terrible. It was never terrible.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
so I didn't get a
I
chance.
had to like, reassure a lot of like I ended up missing my last Black Friday because like there was like a really awful stomach bug that was going through our store because our
Oh,
general
yeah.
manager was not letting us off even though like people were throwing up and had diarrhea.
Okay. Speaking of,
And she had four children or something. I think she had like two sets of twins or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And her like she probably was the one that brought that into our store.
Ooh.
And so she would come in sick as well. And it's
Ooh.
like you're the one that's causing us to be sick. So unfortunately, I missed my last Black Friday. We had a lot of new people come in like a few months before that, and they were terrified. I'm like, no, like, you're gonna have a fine time. It's gonna get busy, but you're gonna have a fine time. Like all of our customers on Black Friday are amazing. Christmas though, people
Oh,
lose their fucking
yes.
mind at World Market for Christmas.
Yes,
Like
yes, 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 yes.
absolutely lose their goddamn mind over Christmas.
That's true. I was about to say, I actually couldn't go to Black Friday shopping today or this week because I had the
Mhm.
stomach bug, a 24-hour stomach bug. And
Um,
I was
great.
so upset because like my sister was going to be there, my cousins were going to be there. We were all going to have fun and it was like a traditional thing. Like I've told you about this. Like we
We
have
talked
things.
about it on the podcast.
Yes. I woke up at 2 a.m. TMI for those who don't want to hear about it, but like I woke up at
Yeah.
2 a.m. and
Trigger
didn't get,
warning.
yeah, trigger warning. And I didn't get off the shitter until 5 a.m. It was that bad. I have never felt so much pain in my tum tum. And like, I was sitting there, thank God for TikTok, because it's the only way I could actually like have any kind of entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
And so I was like sitting there and I'm like, I texted them at 4 a.m. and I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't think I can do Black Friday shopping. I promise you, it's nothing y'all did or anything. I'm not flaky. I just got a stomach bug. And they felt so bad for me. They were like, "Oh no, because we could have done stuff. We could have done stuff." But it's
Oh
fine.
no, I guess y'all gotta like your sister's gotta come back so y'all can do it again.
Yeah, like I'm so sad. Like I am so sad that that happened. Um, because like I didn't want any of that shit to happen. It
No,
was a
it's
sad
not
day.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out, hear me out.
Mhm.
Stomach bugs are like worse. Like they're more intense, they're more painful, they're like just worse
Mhm.
when it's like a holiday stomach
Yes.
bug.
No, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. There's just something
Like I
about it.
know it sounds weird, but it's just like it's there's a difference between a regular stomach bug and like a holiday stomach bug.
Oh yeah. And I thought, okay, I was like, maybe it was something I ate. It was definitely not something I ate because was feverish, like absolutely feverish. Sitting there miserable and feverish. And my husband's like, yeah, this is you're sick, like you're sick, sick. And then I'm just like, God dang, I just want to party it up with my family. When? But my sister did make me feel better. She was like, you didn't miss out on anything. There wasn't any good like Black Friday things going on, Black Friday deals, and all the good ones were like online. And so my
Okay,
sister
so
told me that, and
I've
she
been
was
hearing that
like,
as well.
yeah. So she told me that, and I felt better, and I was like, okay. She was like, I promise. She was like,
No,
I
no, like
promise.
it's made it to TikTok where people are like duetting, like people
Really?
commenting about this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So one guy's just like these Black Friday sales. It was like a a lady just like duetting with him and just like nodding along. You know how duets are.
Yeah. Yes. Of
Um,
course.
so he was like, yeah, these are not Black Friday sales. Like 20% off. That's a Labor Day sale. That's a Memorial Day sale. I'm not gonna stab somebody for a 45-inch TV for 20% off.
Yeah. Tell him.
Like like for whatever reason, like apparently the sales were just not good this
That's
year for
that's
Black
what's so
Friday.
crazy. My sister told me that. She was like, "Yeah, you're not missing out on much because the sales on Black Friday just aren't there. Like they're just not that good." And
Yeah.
I thought, she said it to make me feel better. But if that's the case, like, and it's true, then what? Why do you think that is? Retail's gone down. Fuck capitalism.
Inflation. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It's inflation. You're right. You're right. See, you're so smart.
Um but yeah, and it's like I had when I worked at World Market, I was right next to like a Best Buy, and I'd
Mhm.
hop over there kind of regularly, and I made friends with like the supervisor over like the gaming section and stuff, and
Mhm.
she was fantastic. She's like, "Oh, if you want more memory for your 3DS, because this was before Switches really came out.
Mhm.
Um, actually, it was before Switches came out. Period." She told me it's just like, "Oh, you're gonna want this specific like." As like she walked me over, she's like, "You're gonna want this specific SD card and like this specific specs, and then you can just pick how big you want it. Um, do not buy them now. Do not buy them on Black Friday. You can get like Black Friday deals on these things. Um, like throughout the year, you just have to watch them. Put them on a wish list, and it will let you know when they go on sale."
Yes. Oh, speaking of, I did also see on TikTok that
Mhm.
what is it? And I guess when you work retail, you can see it as well. Because
Yeah.
I've worked retail and we've done this before, where you would
Yeah.
have a price that's already been marked down, like a
Mhm.
markdown price, and then during Black Friday or like a few days before Black Friday, you raise the price so that on Black Friday you
Oh,
mark it back down to what the original price was and
yeah.
consider
A
that a
lot of
sale.
places were really bad about that. Surprisingly, World Market never really did that.
Really?
Well, a lot of times it's like they don't do markups or they didn't. When I was there, they didn't really do that. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, they would like have like quarterly markups and stuff.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
so
Yes.
like PLS would have to go around and like make sure everything was the prices that they were
Mhm.
supposed to be corrected to. Um, but they would also do clearance at the same time. So it was just like the pricing correction throughout the entire store.
Okay.
Um, and so we never really had like markups before like a Black Friday or Christmas or anything like that. But we would have like a really good sale usually like a few weeks before Black Friday, everything come back to normal price, and then we'd have like an equivalent sale
Mhm.
for the seasonal stuff. Like because they have all different kinds of things, they just do different things.
Right. 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 Still, like.
Because they would do like friends and family like in
Mhm.
August, I think, which was like 30% off everything in the store
Yeah.
except wine because this is Alabama. Um, and then when Thanksgiving rolled around, they would do sales for like dinnerware and stuff like that. That
Mhm.
would just kind of like be the exact same. Um, and obviously, it's like a changing of season and stuff, so that would
Yes.
now include the seasonal stuff,
Mhm.
but it would just be the exact same thing.
Mm. See that again. We like us as retail. We've seen this, and this was our topic
Mm,
last year. Was retail horror stories. We've been through. We've been through the ringer. Fuck retail. And I like again, just like I said last year, for those people who are mean to people, those who are cruel, the Karens out there who are just cruel to all the retail workers. There is a special level of hell right there for you. Like,
What did Booker say? There's a special place in there right next to pedophiles and those who talk in theaters.
mm-hmm. Guys, I kid you not, during the holiday season, those retail workers, especially those who are only hired for the seasonal like
Yeah.
holidays, because there are seasonal
Mhm.
jobs. Those who are for the
Yeah.
seasonal jobs,
Well,
they
Market had seasonal positions too.
yeah, they are built different. Like I like even for me, I'm like I cannot deal with that shit anymore. Black Friday shoppers
Yeah.
or Christmas shoppers or anything like that. They're just on a whole nother level. Don't be rude. Don't be fucking rude to them. Like even for
Right.
me, like I get so scared to ask them for help. But when I do ask them for help, I'm like, I'm here for you. If you don't understand, don't know, don't even worry about it. Don't stress. Like I promise you, I'm not here to make your life hard, like at all.
Right.
Because those anyone who works in retail will understand. People
Mhm.
who work in retail are just built different. They're just built different. God bless them. Give them all a raise. They ain't paid enough to
Mhm.
deal with this bullshittery.
They never are.
No.
They really never are.
And we've been through it,
Um.
but yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately enough, like my store was like a reasonable sized store. It wasn't anything crazy, but like I've never had to work like a Target or a Walmart or like a Best Buy.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, especially Best
I couldn't
Buy.
even. I honestly could never imagine like one of the like working in one of those stores as a retailer.
No, I agree. Cuz like especially a Walmart, Target and Best
Mm,
Buy, what you selected are just damn. Just
yeah, no,
absolutely
like the worst of the
not.
worst. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. Oh my god. Cuz like you deal with Karens of all types. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Of all
Yep.
types. Cuz or I shouldn't also I shouldn't just I just say people. I shouldn't just say Karens. I should just say people. Men and women alike.
Yeah. Karen is too gender specific.
Yes. I should just say
We're
people.
inclusive.
All inclusive. Assholes come in all different shapes and sizes. Anyway.
um, but yeah, no. So you had a good Thanksgiving without a Black Friday?
Yes. thankfully for us, I actually invited my bestie. She came to
Yeah.
her first Mexican Thanksgiving, and she's had
Ooh.
yes. So it was her and her boyfriend, um, because they didn't have a
So she's
place to
not
go.
white, but she kind of grew up in white culture,
Yes,
around white
yes.
culture.
Same
Okay.
with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend
Hmm.
also is Asian. Like they're both Asian,
Yeah.
um, but also they've never really experienced like a Mexican Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, so
I haven't either, but it's like at this point, like I am aware of what to expect
oh yes, I tell you about it all the time. So
all the
all
time.
the time because it's such a good experience. So my my best friend invited her boyfriend because they didn't have any place to go in Thanksgiving, and
Hmm.
us in the Gomez family, we don't deal with that. You're coming, you're doing something on Thanksgiving, even if it's just to
Yeah, I was
hang
about
with
to
us.
say, it's kind of like a southern, not just like exclusively a Latino or like a Mexican thing, but like that's a southern thing because my mom's like, do you have any friends that don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving because no one needs to
Exactly.
be alone on Thanksgiving. Yep.
Nobody needs or Christmas. It's just that kind of
Yep.
thing.
Hmm.
Um, so and for us, it's like a huge ass party. Like we just have a huge
Yeah.
party. Uh, but
Yeah. What's one or two more people?
exactly. So when we planned this, or actually it was my father and my like family friends, when they planned it, they were like,
Hmm.
we really kind of just wanted to keep it small. They say that. They say they want to keep it small. Except,
Your dad with 8 siblings?
yeah, well, yeah. So they were like, we're gonna keep it
Keep it small.
small, right?
What?
No, wrong.
My small is like 10 people. I guess their small is like 150 people.
We
What?
no, so we used to back in the day, when my mom was the one hosting it, we used to
Yeah.
have like 60 people in our little house. Like it was a party, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but this year they were like, we kind of want to keep it small. I was like, okay, but I told them about my friends, and they were like, yes, invite them. I was like, okay. My sister invited her husband and her brother-in-law to come and deal with this. And my other
Yeah.
family invited their friends and like their friends and their friends' friends, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, so this is the small y'all were talking about, so small. And they were like, well, I mean, it's smaller than every other year.
Do you have a rough idea of how many people were there this year?
Oh, I don't know because when we left, I think there was another group that came in, so it
Oh no.
yeah, it was kind of
So
like
it's like a
that.
rotational kind of thing
Yes,
for
that's
you.
how it always is. If they can't make it at a certain time, that's why we never put an end time to when our parties are over because
Mhm.
we genuinely don't know when it will end. Um, so it's kind of just always up in the air, always up in
That's
the air.
fair.
Uh, which I'm not gonna complain too much. I absolutely love my Thanksgivings with my family. It's always something so welcoming, and I always appreciate my Thanksgivings for that. I did eat a lot, like a hell a lot, like a lot. And oh, and my friend and her boyfriend, they
Mhm.
loved the food. Which, by the
Well, like
way,
you're
did you get?
unlike me. The friend you're talking about isn't like afraid of food.
Oh no, no, absolutely not. We had again traditional Mexican Thanksgiving. We were supposed to have goat, but we had sheep. We had lamb. And did you ever get the plate?
So what your husband did is, um, they went to a commander tournament, um, and uh, didn't get back to my house until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Two? He said 12.
And
That little liar.
no, we did not
That
because my
little
husband
liar.
didn't get back until like 1:30.
Little liar.
So he didn't get back to my place because he wanted to stop and get some Wendy's. So he did not remind my husband or did not give my husband the bag that had the goat meat
He
in.
didn't?
Mm-mm.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, and he didn't tell you that, I'm assuming.
No, he didn't. That's fine. I
So
gave
it
him.
unfortunately went to waste because it was just left in that little um,
Yeah.
mildly inflated bag overnight. So unfortunately, no.
I am livid. I gave him a hefty plate. Like
Mm,
a hefty plate.
I know. I know you did.
Well, at least I remembered. I remembered.
I know you remembered.
All right, off screen
I
remind me
know
to
you did.
like off screen remind me to tear a new one on my husband, okay? And give
All right,
tear a new
well,
asshole. Um but yes, like I'm so sorry he won't get to experience the meat cuz it was so soft that even I could eat it. That's how tender it was.
you better not talk to him about this
I
because it's
know,
gonna
I
hurt his
know, but
feelings.
like that tells you how
You
good
can
it
talk to me
was.
about it, but you cannot talk to him about this.
That's how good it was. It was so tender, I could eat it.
Mm,
Like they made it so well. My dad was so proud. So again, my best friend's boyfriend was sitting there, and my dad was being a dad, telling him how he made the meat with such pride and like, just talking about it to my friend's boyfriend, and like it just it made me laugh because they're like, the boyfriend was like, oh, asking all these questions. What kind of meat is it? How'd you make it? Uh, and they're like, well, we put it in the ground, but we have a special pit we made in our old house, like in our family home, where you could cook like that, underground. That makes the meat so tender. Because they were like, you don't just put it on the ground, there's a way to do it. But my dad was just so happy talking. We played games. We played, what is it? The classic loteria, which is like that Mexican bingo everybody knows now, hopefully. Um, so we had that Mexican loteria, and before my husband came to play, it was all like,
uh,
yeah, before he came, everyone, it was like even, everybody had a chance. When my husband started playing, he won 3 times in a row. And then we all just got up and left. We're like, nope, that's it. No more. We're done. We were like, we're done. No more. We're not dealing with this anymore. It was so good. I just had a great time.
come in
Anyway,
and ruin all the fun.
huh?
Of
Yeah,
course, a white man would come in ruining all the fun.
how can you win 3 times in a row? Thankfully, we didn't put any actual like money. We didn't bet any money, but we did use poker chips because you're supposed to put a bet.
Yeah,
Um,
the spirit of the game.
exactly. So we used poker chips, and Jack just kept winning all our poker chips, and we're just like, I'm done. We're done. We're fucking done. But it was a good time. It was such a good time. And as much as I was talking about mine, how was yours?
Mine was good. It ended up being we went with just my parents this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So fortunate enough, we didn't have to juggle through like 3 or 4 different like Thanksgivings because that really stresses my husband out. It doesn't bother me
Mm.
because it's just like, oh, cool. Like I don't have to spend like a lot of time with these people, and then it's like a fair amount of driving, so I can decompress between locations. But like it was just my family. It ended up being smaller than what we were expecting or what my mother was planning because uh one of the groups that was supposed to come ended up having like the flu or something. Um,
Mm.
it was nice and chill, very small. Me and my sister were helping my mom cook, and like me and my sister, being the goblins that we are, it's like, oh girl, you don't fucking understand. It's like, oh Darcy, it's Thanksgiving. You know what that means, right? She's like, yeah. It's like time to put on a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, yes.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's
That's what me
awesome.
and my sister do. Is like we it doesn't fucking matter if it's a holiday. We always put on Muppet Treasure Island.
Mhm.
Um, we do that for Christmas as well. Actually, my husband got to see Muppet Treasure Island for the first time.
Really? That was his
Yeah,
first
apparently
time.
he'd never seen it before.
Oh, that's so sweet though. Like it's so magical. I do like Muppet Treasure Island, and Tim Curry is just amazing in that film.
He is. He is. He's wonderful.
Oh, that just makes me smile. I'm just so glad for him. Uh, but what else?
Yeah, no, it's like it's not really a Thanksgiving tradition. It's just me and my sister being goblins, where it's just like it's a holiday, a very specific holiday season. Oh no, I guess we need to watch a holiday movie. Muppet
Yeah,
Treasure Island.
that's so good though. Like the Muppet Treasure Island. That's such a great fucking
It's a
film.
good. It's so fucking good.
It's so good. Um, but yeah, I'm so glad. I also understand the whole having to like go to different places to different Thanksgivings because like that's something that's very common for the family in the South, I should say. Because I had several like my sister had to leave early so she can go to her mother-in-law's who lives in Alabama as well to go to their Thanksgiving. And I'm just like, I can see why it would tire you out, driving everywhere. But I'm glad y'all got to experience.
It bothers my husband because he doesn't get to spend a lot. He doesn't get to spend a huge amount of time with people like he wants to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you
as
mean.
an extrovert.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. That
It's 100%. It's because he's an extrovert.
God bless him. Um, but I'm sorry, I was talking Thanksgiving.
No,
So,
you're good.
so those are the things that happen in Thanksgiving. We just wanted to update
Yeah.
you guys because that's what we've been doing and everything. But we also want to know what the heck have we missed? It's been how many weeks? Because I wasn't there. We didn't do it last
We,
week, right?
yeah, we didn't do it last week
Because
because
of
of you
moi. Yes, my sister was um
had to come down.
yes. So my sister came down. She's not from the area, so she came down, and that's why I had to cancel because my
Yeah.
my sister, whom I love and adore,
Easter.
and my nephew, whom also I love and adore,
Well,
was there.
obviously you love your nephew more. You love and adore your nephew more than your sister because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Obviously.
We've already learned to spoil our nephew because my husband, he was the one who offered. My husband was like, what if we took him to the toy store? What if we just took our nephew to the toy store? And that way, we can get him some cute little toys, some just kind of spoil him a little. I unfortunately got too sick.
Oh, y'all don't get to spoil him reliably like you're supposed to. So yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I was too
Exactly.
sick.
Yeah.
I was too sick to
Oh.
go, but my sister took videos and she was like, Ricey, you need to tell him to stop. Ricey, you're gonna have to tell him to stop because like he's buying too many things. And I said, nope, that's Jack. That's what he does. That's
Good luck
exactly
with
what he
that.
does. Yep. You,
No, Jack. What are you doing?
yeah. And she was like,
Yeah.
because we went into like this like cute mom and pop shop,
Yeah.
like those cute little
Did
toy
you go to
stores.
the one in Homewood?
Yes, that's the exact one we
I
went
know
to.
exactly which one you're talking. I know, like, no, that the mom and pop, like, knowing where you are, and when you say like
Yes.
mom and pop toy store, it's like I know exactly which fucking toy store you're talking about.
So
That's a fantastic toy store.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
know.
It's
I know.
cute. It is so cute. And like my sister was like, "You need to stop. He's
No,
spoiling him too much." And I said,
that's a
"Nah."
fantastic place, by the way.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I love it. And
It's
because
so
I've
much
been
better than
there.
like a Toys R Us or anything. It's like that's a fantastic place.
Yeah. And I was like, I've been there. My husband would show it to me, and I was just like, I know exactly where you're going, and good for you. Good for Jack to take him there. So we're spoiling our nephew because we're gonna be the rich auntie and uncle who's just gonna spoil him rotten. and my sister gets to deal with the consequences of our actions. That's how it is for us. Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh shit! I keep talking about Thanksgiving. Anyway, that was ours. Everyone else had a good one.
So things we miss because I really, 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 really want to talk about this.
Tell me.
I feel like we talked about this on Wednesday, me and you at work. Um,
Okay.
but did you hear that what's his face Chopik is no longer the CEO of
I did. We did not talk about this. We did not talk about this because, okay, first of all, he was the asshole. Yes, and I will say asshole who said that animation isn't meant for adults. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Hi, baby.
I'm sorry, you were
All
breaking.
right, all right, all right. Let's sit down and watch Helsing Ultimate.
Uh, uh,
All right, all right, all right.
you were breaking up. What were you saying?
I was saying it's like, oh, okay. So you want to say like animation's not for adults? Then let's sit down and watch shit. What was the first? Devilman Crybaby.
Oh, I watched that this weekend. It made me sad.
Did you finish it?
Yes.
Like I know you started it like last. It's good though, right?
It is very good. I was surprised. It was actually very thought provoking. You know, I was talking to my friend about it. It is incredibly thought provoking. An anime that is like that kind of makes me, what is it? It's great in my book because it's definitely an anime that I keep thinking long after it's over, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Great anime.
First, it was a bit too gory for me,
Oh yes, that's true.
but it's a fantastic story though.
Oh my gosh, great story. Great story. It was beyond what I thought it was, but it was perfect because of it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like it
Very
was
much.
just mm,
The
really, really
animation
liked
was
it.
really good too, but it just I'm not a huge gore person, so it was a little too much for me.
No, that's fair because it really was a lot. When they were like
Yeah,
gore, yes, absolutely. There was a lot of gore for sure.
but I can objectively say they did the gore really well.
Yes. Animation wise, it was just fantastic.
Fantastic, amazing.
It was really, really good.
Um, but yeah, Devilman Crybaby. All right, you think animation is not for adults? Let's watch Helsing Ultimate.
That's true. Like, and to be honest, I think he just thinks that it's because it's Disney. You know, they're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's Disney, and um, there isn't any like real Disney adult animation kind of thing. But like, I hate to bring this up, but Owl House
so
actually kind
he
of,
just doesn't approve of Disney adults.
yeah. But
Like
like,
full on, it just like people who grew up with like he just doesn't believe that they exist.
mm-hmm. But do you think that now that what's his name is back,
Iger,
Riger? Thank you.
Iger,
Now that you think that,
the one that like made it peak. He's only
yes,
signed on for 2 years, though. He's
yeah,
only
he's
contracted for
only
2 years.
yes, he's only doing it so he can find a successor, which I hope he does very well in finding a good successor. But do you think?
I hope so too because I don't think he had a say in Chopik.
No, he
I
didn't.
really don't think
I don't think he did.
um
But do you
because
think
Chopik
that?
was also the one that took away all of the magic
Yes,
and
that's
blamed
what
it on the pandemic, but he took all the magic away from like
Disney.
Disneyland and
That's what
Disney
I was
World.
about to ask. Do you think that now that Iger is back,
Iger.
that he will bring back the Disney magic, like the performers, the yeah, you know what I mean?
I would like to think so. Okay, hear me out. I'd like to think so, but he only has 2 years.
Mm.
Um, so I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do that. But also, he's only here to really like fix Chopik's fuck ups, and find a successor. I'm struggling here.
Yeah, no, me too.
Um, so it what's the point in reinstating stuff if his successor is going to end up like getting rid of it again, like Tropic did?
But what if it didn't? Like, what if he was like, okay, let's say he's the one who finds the successor, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And they're like, okay, we're gonna actually listen to what you have to say, Iger, because Disney was thriving under you, all that stuff, blah 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 blah. And he's like, okay, this is what you need to keep in Disney.
Moisturize, staying in their own lane.
Yeah, and it's like, this is what you need to keep for Disney. This is how it is. Do not like keep the
Yeah.
performers, keep the magic. Fuck the Disney Genie Pass or whatever, because that shit is bullshit.
Lightning lanes. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that.
Okay, I
Like,
had a friend actually go to Disney back in October, I think, or
mm-hmm,
maybe late September, and they're like, it's okay, because she went with me in the Comic Con group
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in 2019, and we did pin trading.
Oh,
Like me and her got into pin trading to go to enjoy another aspect of Disney in 2019.
mm-hmm.
She had she got some good pins, but she had an awful time as a pin trader, because she said
Oh
that
no way.
within Magic Kingdom there were only 6 locations to do pin trading.
6?
Only 6 locations. Yeah,
No
in Magic
way.
Kingdom.
Why?
Because that's what they did with the pandemic. They kind of shut that down completely. They slowly brought it back and didn't actually bring it back past that, because it's throwing money into something that there is no profit for. Because if you think about like hidden Mickeys that are only released through cast members, you cannot purchase those through Disney,
Mm-hmm.
along with any other like licensed pin. It's kind of just a money thing.
Ugh, I think that's one thing that I know you and I and what's her face?
Elzor.
Chelzor has also talked about is that it's very, very much money centric.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first it was like, okay, you're paying this, but you're also getting the magic and like the feel of Disney.
Like an interaction. It's
Yes.
like it was something for me, and like I know for when I went in 2019, I went with Ann Nebo as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't ride a lot of rides. Like me and her and Orant didn't go on like Tower of Terror. So we went around and pin traded. That was something for us to do
Mm-hmm.
and engage with things when we, or like, was it Rock and Roller Coaster? We definitely didn't ride that. Where we can still enjoy the
magic. Like
enjoy the magic without having like, even if you're going to miss something, because those are 2 major rides that are must for some people, but were not for us.
No, I understand.
And since we were with a group, if we didn't have that, we would have just been bored.
Yeah.
We would have done nothing.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the one thing I did like about Disney. There was a time that my friends wanted to ride Splash Mountain, and I didn't want to ride it because I didn't want to get wet. That was literally it. I was like, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah, because that is a guaranteed wet ride.
Yes. And I was like, I'm not feeling it. You guys go. I don't want to get wet. What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
I did the Pirates of the Caribbean like treasure hunt kind of thing, scavenger hunt. And they said they were going several times. They were going to go back in line several times. So I was like, you know what? You do that. I'm going to find, because this is before I figured pin trading, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, y'all do that. I'm going to have my own fun. Like, I'm really just going to go and have my own fun. Like, go ahead. I completed every single map. I was like rushing. I was like, this is so fun. Because it was a interactive scavenger hunt, right? And I love shit like that. I love interactive scavenger hunts. Like, I really do. Love it, love it, love it. So I went and I got all of them completed. I was an adult, talking to the other Disney adult there, the cast member. And I was like, hey, this is actually really fun. Like, while I'm waiting for my friends to be done with the rides. And she goes, you know what? Because you've completed this, here are how many people are in your group? And I gave her the number of the people in my group. She's like, here's tickets to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Fast passes. Y'all just go ahead when y'all are ready. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, that shit. Don't ever take that shit away. That's so sweet. Like, what I meant to say is like, there's other things you can do, fun things in Disney that doesn't involve the rides for those who just want to wait for their friends to ride the rides. Pin trading being one of them.
But also, like as a logical thing, like yes, it's like it's fun for you, but it's logical on a business sense. Because if you didn't have that to keep you engaged, you would have sat down on a bench and just basically almost would have sat there for maybe an hour, depending on when you went and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
when someone else could have used that.
Exactly.
It kept you up and engaged and moving without clogging anything up.
Yeah. It was really fun. Like, it was so fun. And I hope that they bring that kind of magic back. Like, I really do. Because honestly,
Yeah.
it was just, uh, I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was just so fun. Yeah, man. That's the Disney I miss. I haven't gone since Chapek came into
Yeah.
the came into the picture,
Picture. Yeah.
and I'm glad he's already out. Like, I genuinely think that he destroyed a lot of the Disneyland and Disney World magic, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely believe he did, and it's gonna take a lot, because we're not the only ones who've complained about it. Us or Chelsea, but others as well. Um,
Like people who make their livelihoods off of this. We've
yes,
talked about Disney food blogs several times.
yes,
The main
yes.
narrator and the main uh, what does she call herself? I don't remember what she calls her, like her and her team, but like um, journalists basically,
Mm-hmm.
um, bloggers or whatever. Like she's been pissed about a lot of this stuff since it all started. Like
Mm-hmm.
pissed. Um, and she makes a living off of this.
Yeah. But
So she's really furious about a lot of this stuff. I haven't gone and looked and see what her reaction or announcement to Iger returning.
oh
I'm
yes.
I'm sure she's very excited. But I don't know what Iger is going to try and fix
That's the thing,
before he
because
has to. Yeah.
I was about to say, I feel like he has so much to fix, and 2 years may not be
Hmm.
enough. Because you can destroy
Two
something
years
so
may
quick
not be enough, but also who knows what the next CEO is going to
to do.
take
Mm-hmm.
Disney. Yeah.
So, like, I'm very interested to see. I was very excited, though, that Chapek is out because he literally kind of destroyed everything. Like, he did.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
going to sugarcoat it. He fucking did. He knows what he did. And I'm very, very, very
It, it
happy he's out. Fuck that dude.
it's so bizarre because he's so just like anti Disney while being Disney.
Yeah.
Like every choice he made was so anti Disney.
Yeah, it lacked magic. Like we've talked about it, it lacked magic
Well, it not just lacked magic. Its intention was to take the magic away
for money.
for money. Yeah.
Exactly. Mhm. And we all saw it as Disney adults. We all saw it. And
Mhm.
yes, I see a lot of the cringe on TikTok. Ooh, Disney adults, shut the fuck up. This is my serotonin. There's only I really
I
love
was about
Disney.
to say there are some real. There are like just with like anything really. There are some like really cringy like Disney adults, but like
Mhm.
a lot of Disney adults, a lot of the Disney adults I know stay in their lane.
Oh yeah, I stay in my lane, but still,
Yeah.
I'll pitch a fit when I see greedy corporate shit happening without anything to
Mhm.
back it up. Like, give us a little something more. That's all. And I'm glad that he's finally out. I'm just so glad. And again, I'm
Same.
not saying like I'm glad that Chapek really did keep Disney from going sort of bankrupt during the pandemic. Like it is hard in a situation like that. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't because the pandemic really affected any kind of business, especially like in the entertainment side. And I get that it's
Mhm.
hard, but he did it wrong. Like he did it all wrong. It didn't.
Mhm.
He just did it wrong.
Yeah. Agreed. Very much so. It's like in reality, I really need to just like humble myself and say it's like I would never really be able to like comprehend like everything that would have been needed to take care of like just Disneyland, much less
Mm-hmm.
Disney like both Disneyland and Disney World because of the pandemic. But it's just like to me, he just handled it was just handled poorly, well,
Mm-hmm.
like handled wrong.
Handled poorly is probably the best way to describe it. Yes, it was handled very poorly. And again, I can't imagine how bad it would have been to like I can't imagine how bad it is to be able to run an entire corporation during the pandemic. Like I can
Mm,
only understand like that's very hard and I know that it's very hard. But I saw just greed when
yeah,
he kind of sort of destroyed Disney World and Disneyland with their performers and their cast
yeah.
members and all that ish. Like,
But it also, I think I can pinpoint one thing
hmm,
of him just being blatantly negligent about the feedback he was getting. So there were a lot of once Disney opened back up
mm-hmm.
after the initial shutdown and everything, they had removed fast passes. That's pre Lightning Lane. Had
Yes,
removed
yes,
fast
yes.
passes, and so it was just the regular standby line. And everybody that went, especially those that like were makes attending Disneyland, Disney World their livelihood,
Mm-hmm.
um, they stated that it's like this is the fastest I've ever been through any line at Disney, just by being in the standby line.
That's so crazy.
But they still insisted on bringing that back
Mm.
and then changing and then monetizing it.
Oh, that's it. It's the monetizing. Yeah.
They insisted on bringing it back, even though the entire feedback is it's that the fast passes, lightning lanes, things like that, do not work. They don't.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So don't bring them back or make it better. You didn't do anything. You just put a dollar amount on it.
Yeah, exactly. We were just trying to
Um,
monetize it. Yeah.
because it was like universal that the fast passes were not working.
Yeah.
They just weren't, and that it should just be gotten rid of. But
Well,
also, I'm salty that boarding passes are still a thing for things like Rise
oh,
of the Resistance.
I don't know. So that's the thing. I don't know if that's going to change. And that's what's so
It's
upsetting.
not.
Like the boarding
It's
passes, because I get why. I hate that. I hate this, but I get why they did it. Like, I get it.
mm,
Especially for all of the new, because they are churning a lot of new rides. Like,
yeah.
that's the thing. When, even before the pandemic, they have been churning so many new rides, both in Disneyland and in Disney World, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I'm still waiting for the not the Iron Man, the Tron ride. You know, the coaster, Tron
Mhm.
coaster, because it was put back because
Yeah.
the pandemic, and
Yeah.
like Rise of the Resistance, all of that. Like, I get why they did it because it's gonna be hella popular, more so than anything. But and the boarding passes may be the only way they could cut a lot of the lines because it could be just a little overwhelming if they didn't do it, for especially for like the cast
Mhm.
members and stuff who are a part of it. Um,
I mean, that's fair, but also I feel like I don't know, like I because it sounds like they're releasing one ride at a time when I think it's kind of contradictory. And again, I don't run it, so I don't know.
mhm.
It feels like if they had would do like two rides at a time, release two new rides at a time, or like update a ride and release a ride, um, that it would probably do better.
Mhm.
And that way you can divide the attention because that's the entire point. Everybody wants to go to this new ride,
Mhm.
but you're not mitigating the lines at other rides by having boarding passes, if that
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I see what. Yeah, I can see that. Yes, I see what you mean. Well,
So, I mean, if you're going to insist on having boarding, like I do kind of understand having Rise of the Resistance, um, having boarding pass because it
mhm.
is only limited amount of seats. It's a very specific time, blah blah blah, all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but also for the longest time, they were having constant, major, long time breakdowns
Mhm. Mhm.
during the ride. Like I kind of get that, but it's like okay, I don't see why Tron should have to be a I have to have a boarding pass.
Mm.
Now I
So
get like having a limited amount of fast passes and then still have the standby line,
right, right, right,
but
right.
there for Tron as a roller coaster, there shouldn't be a reason to have boarding pass
I see what you mean. Well,
because
again,
if
it.
it were to break down, it breaks down the entire ride, not just a pod.
I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah. That I can see where you're coming from with that. I will also like to state that
So
I really hope that they
yeah,
don't. Speaking of rides that break down, I hope that they actually make Tron ride smoothly and not
you
like.
cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that they make Tron's ride smoothly
You're good.
instead of how what is that one ride in Epcot that always breaks down? The one with the cars. The track, something track.
Oh, the race course or whatever it is,
Yeah, I can't
speed
remember.
speed test.
Speed test, something like that. That yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That
No, ma'am. That only breaks down all the time for you. It didn't break down once for me when I went.
every single time I go, it breaks down.
That's just you.
Every
You're cursed.
single
You're cursed.
time,
You're cursed.
and it and like I would be the next person in line, and it would just happen to break. And I'm not the only
Because
one who's
that.
cursed, because like a lot of people who've also um, talked about Epcot has told me how many times that ride breaks down. Maybe I am cursed, but every single time I rode it one time, and I hold on to that memory forever because that was the only time I could ever ride it. It
I
was my
feel like
first
they
and
should
only
have
time.
done like focused on like major repairs and stuff. I think they like
Oh,
when Disney shut down. I think they should have focused on major repairs.
mm-hmm.
Um, and doing like paint touch ups, cosmetic touch ups, things like that, and do like major repairs to like all of the rides and all of the animatronics and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then should have just like prolonged being closed because again, like they opened way too quickly
I think it's
during the
because
pandemic.
I was gonna say I don't think they could prolong being closed because Disney gives them so much money. Like Disney World in general generated a lot of
Hmm.
revenue for Disney. And I don't think
Yeah,
that
because everything's fucking overpriced, and they like did a huge ticket price increase.
mhm. But
I do know one thing: Iger's not going to change ticket prices.
oh
He's not going
no.
to bring them back
No,
down.
he's
They're
not.
only going to stay high.
Because I agree, and like it sucks because of what happened during the pandemic and the amount of money people are willing to pay for it. They could see it and they're like, well,
Hmm.
if they're willing to pay for it like this now, what's the like why bother changing it? That kind of mentality.
Yeah,
And it sucks. It sucks that that's the
yeah.
mentality, but mm,
Capitalism. Yeah.
capitalism. But will you now with all these changes, right? Will you
Yeah.
actually be
Well, as
going?
far as I'm aware, Iger hasn't changed anything.
Well, I'm thinking he will. I'm genuinely believing that he will eventually. If he does, do you think he'll be going to Disney
If he does,
again?
then yes. Because what they also took away is they took away like group pricing.
That's right. They did do that, and it pissed off so many people, especially because
So many people.
because
That's
us,
a family trip.
yeah, like
Like
for
there were
those.
so like when we went, I know you did too,
Mhm.
especially when y'all got to Epcot. When we went in 2019, again, especially in not Epcot in Magic Kingdom, there were so many fucking families
Mhm.
and like big fam. Like there were some cute little like nuclear stereotypical white picket fence family, mom, dad, like son, daughter kind of situation. But there's so many fucking families, big families too. That when we went.
Mhm. And like not only that, because I've seen like high schools, but I guess they had like a school
Mhm.
discount. I have seen family reunions. Everyone with their family
Mhm.
reunions. Um, I
Mhm.
guess us in Comic Con conventions. Or
Yeah.
I guess like business vacations for certain businesses.
Yeah.
That also would generate a lot of revenue for group pricing. So I really hope that
Conferences.
conferences,
Because
yes.
I think I had like a second cousin or something that had a conference at
Mhm.
Disney at one point, and we went down with my grandmother and stayed like roomed with them. I think
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I was about
But
to
yeah,
say.
she ended up having like a resort hotel that had one of the monorails um connected to it.
Ooh, get fancy.
So like I'm like I don't remember what the conference. I think it was actually like a bar. If I remember correctly, it was a bartenders conference.
Ooh,
But I was like, I think I was like 12 or
yeah,
something. So I don't really remember. I don't really remember seeing my cousin around. So I
right.
don't know.
But still, like those kinds of things. Those are.
Conferences, just straight up conferences.
Mhm. Also like Boy Scout groups, unless they have like a special
Mm-hmm.
thing for those. Group pricing is very
Cheerleading.
important. Cheerleading, yes, the like cheer camps and such, or band camps when
Mm-hmm.
bands go. Shit like
Mm-hmm.
that is very important. And I really
Mm-hmm.
do think that they would bring back the group pricing for those
Group pricing. Mm-hmm.
because like why did you even get rid of them in the first place? Oh, it's for money. Right, 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 right.
For
But it
money.
made it
For
so
money.
hard, so hard
Mm-hmm.
for you for like us to do anything, like groups to do anything. So I hope they bring that shit back because they need to. Dead ass. Bring that shit
I
back.
do think I don't think Iger's gonna really change the prices, but I do think that maybe one of the first things he's really gonna do is do the group thing, bring back group
Mm.
pricing.
Mm-hmm. Bring that shit back. We need it. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, I guess that's it for today. Is that everything we wanted to? I'm glad we talked about that Disney thing because, like, honestly, it's been on my mind.
Like I woke up and my husband's like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "What?" It's like there's a new CEO, um, or like I don't exactly remember what he said, but he was like, "Oh, Topic's out." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He didn't even say Disney. He's like, "Topic's out," and I'm like, "Oh."
Finally, yes, kick him
Thank
out.
God. He's like, oh, they brought like this I dude back. I'm like, they brought Iger back? Hell yeah.
Because he was there for, what did they say, 15 years ish? Like 15 years.
Ish, yeah. Minimum 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good,
I
good
think it was
on
something like
them.
17.
Good on them. Like, to be honest, I'm so happy because, like, whatever the fuck Chopik did, I'm just, I mean, as much
Mm,
as we've talked
mm,
about it, even outside the podcast, fuck that dude. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure he did it, as with the corporate intentions, but it was just bad. Very, very bad. Very bad. That's all I'm going to say about
Extremely
that.
bad.
Anyway, who are you? I'm glad we got to talk
I'm
about
Abby
this.
Curie. Well, we didn't even get to like have the shit we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to bitch about.
Chopic. And Iger coming back. I honestly, it was trending. I'm sorry, we are going to keep talking about it, but it was trending. It was trending. And the
Because
fact that
it
it was
was
trending, because everyone was so excited to have him back. Everyone. It was trending on Twitter. And I'm just like, that fucking shows how badly people wanted him back. Or like someone better to get Chopic out.
expecting.
So what?
They just wanted Choppick to go.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It just made me laugh.
But yeah, I'm at Mickey Ree. I said hello in the chat. It's spelled the same way. You can find me on Twitter under the same spelling. You can find me here with Ricey. You can also find me over on her stream, playing with her, walking her through, carrying her ass through Golden Wasteland and Sky.
Mm-hmm. Which we need to play.
That was so fucking funny, by the way.
No, we still need to play that eventually. But anyway, keep going.
I've been playing that. Do you want to play some today?
I have my sister coming.
Um,
Yeah.
Does your sister want to play? She can play on her phone.
Now we're going to be playing Mario Party. We've already planned it out. Yeah.
Mario Party or Mario Kart?
Probably both, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay. Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Which ruins your family more, Party or Kart?
Both. I kid you not.
Like I know Monopoly is like it's its own thing, but which
When I tell you it's both, it's honestly because my okay, we're just gonna keep talking about this. My sister and we played Mario Party, right? Recently. We played Mario Party recently. And when I tell you, she got so salty in the games, and she won. So of course she was rubbing it on her faces because she won. We go hard on games like that, and for both Mario Kart and Mario Party, because she's gonna like we'll cheat, we'll make fucking cheat, we'll try and fuck each other up, IRL. We're just those kind of people. So when I say it's both, it's definitely both for Party and for Kart. We're just competitive. We're just competitive in terms of video games. We're very competitive when it comes to Mario shit. Anyway, oh yes, me. Sorry. Who am I? I am a bowl of ricey. I've typed it in chat. You can see me play lots of puzzle games, Mario Party, playing with friends, honestly, and playing Sky. Like I finished my first round. I guess it's my first rebirth. Would that be weird to say? In Sky. Really like the game. But yeah, you can check me out there. I stream, and yeah.
first end game?
What was that?
You got through your first end game.
Yes, it was magical. Honestly, absolutely magical. Really, I really liked it. It was awesome.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
You doubted me.
It was like, it's not even that I doubted you. It's just that it just took me a while to kind of figure out I'm still learning. Even after I finished it, I'm still learning.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, like, it's fucking fantastic. Anyway,
Yeah.
and where can you find us?
You can find us here at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can also find us on Twitter under What's Your Opinion 10. You can send us your opinions there, what you want us to talk about. Let us know that Ever After is the superior Cinderella story.
Yeah. So you say. Can I also state?
So we proved, ma'am. We proved it.
Did we? Oh, we did. Well, we also proved that Mobius is a daddy. You didn't like that, but he is. Yes, we have shit like that. We have conversations like that all the time. So check us out there. Also, I want to make notes that I will be seeing Wakanda Forever this week, sometime this week, so we can talk about that next week. Because apparently,
I
I've
gotta get
heard.
my husband to watch it.
I was about to say, I've heard um, mixed reviews. Like it's great. Like I heard it was
Oh,
great, but there are pros and cons. I guess to every film there is that I've heard recently. I haven't been spoiled. I have not been spoiled, but a
mhm.
lot of the reviews has got me curious to know. But I am watching that shit.
A lot of people are complaining about Phase Four.
What was that?
That a lot of people have been complaining about Phase Four. That it's just not hitting like the first three did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, which I can see that, but I also feel like I'm gonna call this now. I feel like a lot of people are complaining because they wanted more T'Challa and are not happy that Shuri's taking the
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of the fans wanted
mantle.
Shuri to take them. Well, again, I no spoilers, no spoilers. You know what? We're gonna
Yeah,
talk about it later. Okay.
right.
Give everyone a chance to be able to see it. I mean, we've pretty much gave them 2 weeks, but still, you know what I mean?
Well, we see it like before we actually got a date. Like people were like, "No, you need to like have this actor play T'Challa from now on," and it's just like,
We ain't doing that.
no,
No, we're not doing that.
it's
Chadwick,
like this it's disrespectful to Chadwick to
yeah,
have him recast when he's been such a major T'Challa throughout the MCU.
absolutely.
Um, but also it's a disrespectful to Shuri's character,
Mm-hmm.
like the character Shuri, because it happens. Like Marvel is so big. Black Panther has different universes that when T'Challa does die in some of these stories, it rightfully goes to Shuri
I agree.
because she's the next heir.
I just don't think they like black women to be the next T'Challa, and I genuinely believe that. There's just a lot of people who are just like, nah.
Black Panther. T'Challa is the
Oh, I'm
name.
sorry. I'm sorry. Black Panther. You're right. But we're gonna talk about that
Yeah,
next
they
week.
don't want black women in power. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely right.
But we'll talk about that next week
You
in all our spiciness, because I'm a little bit spicy about that too.
you
Yeah.
Latina?
Yeah. I'm very
Nah.
spicy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And we hope to see you next week. Please stay safe. I know it's still the holidays and, people are traveling back home because of, the work
Work
begins
has
again
been
tomorrow.
crazy.
Ugh. But yeah, so I hope you guys stay safe and we'll see you guys next week with a very spicy take on Black Panther. Yeah?
Hopefully a spicy take. Hopefully
Hopefully.
I'll get to see it.
Yes. But until then, have a good week, everybody. That's what I meant to say. All right. Bye.
Bye.